Welcome everyone. Today we are going to learn about the factors that affect teaching. It is mostly related to the teachers, learners, resources, and institutions. The first topic is about the factors that related to the teacher. So talking about the factors that related to the teachers, the first one is the subject knowledge. See, talking about the subject knowledge, not only the educational qualification, um, the teacher should have a proper, knowledge about the subject, whatever she or he is going to teach. If at all they lack knowledge or understanding of the subject, what happens? They're going to give the misinformation or misconception gets passed on to the students, right? So, good knowledge of the subject will always be the priority for teacher because that is going to inspire them to learn. The students are going to get inspired because of them. And the awareness of a learner will be mostly present if at all the teacher is having a proper subject knowledge. Next one is the knowledge of the learners. See, talking about the learners, the cognitive, social, and emotional development of the learners is an important point which we have to remember because this is how the student will learn at a given developmental level. If at all a teacher is having a proper knowledge of the student's cognitive, social, and emotional aspect, then the teacher will be able to meet the needs of the students. See, every individual students are going to have their individual needs and abilities, right? And a teacher's understanding in these area will prove a better way of teaching. Next one is about the teaching skills. See, talking about the teaching skills, not only the communication, interaction, and adaptability, apart from that, a professional competency will be there in a teacher, right? Like a command over the subject, then effective communication, proper use of instructional facilities, classroom management, and evaluating the student learning. But apart from that, see, the friendliness and approachability, the personality and behavior of a teacher is also going to be interrelated with the teaching skills. Like when we talk about the personal personality or personal qualities like the warmth, affection, sympathy, the democracy, the optimism, the dynamism which the teacher is going to show is also going to attract the students in such a way that they will be having a positive mindset towards the particular subject. If the teacher's mental health is not good, then the teacher will not be a role model to the students. So all these are going to be affected. So all these are going to affect the entire learning process or teaching process. Next one is about the factors that are related to the learners. See, talking about the first one, that's the background knowledge. See, any particular prior knowledge and of the particular subject is going to always help in the students' upcoming classes. So if the student goes back and does the homework, reads daily, that is going to help the student in making up for the entire classes. Next one about the motivation. See, motivation is always the core of learning. Okay, motivation is always the core of learning, and it is of what you can say. It is of pivotal importance. Okay, in what way? See, it affects the individual's learning process. See, if at all, what you can say that a motivation is always necessary for reinforcement. Okay, because when there is a reinforcement, it will always have a condition towards learning. See, when we try to motivate a student, they will actually go and try to learn it. Apart from that, if at all we are not giving a positive feedback to the student, or always trying to scold the student, at that point of time they will feel demotivated. Apart from that, the learning styles. See, talking about the learning styles, importance of adapting teaching to different learning styles is very much important. See, every person is going to have their own needs, right? See, intelligence of the person is also going to be important. See, intelligence of each and every individual is going to be different, right? So the learning experience is also going to be different of each and every individual. See, partially in the intelligence is going to determine the learner's previous learning experiences. Whatever the rate of learning is there, even that is also getting determined by a learner's previous experience. Apart from that, the maturation and the age. See, all the mental abilities and the potentials they develop with the age, right? So as the age is progressed, the efficiency is also going to increase. So all these are the factors which are going to help. And talking about the maturity, see, maturity means when a person becomes mature, the student becomes, potentially they become very much eager to learn. Like they know what to learn or how to learn. We don't have to tell this person. Like whenever there is a person who is getting matured, there is going to be different special motor behavior, like the walking, talking, and such like that. Reading and writing is also getting, upgraded. Okay, and the physical health and handicaps. Talking about the physical health, any kind of malformation or malfunction, if at all it is there in any physical organ or any particular system of a student, that is also going to create a great hindrance in the child's proper learning, right? In the same way, like the diet and nutrition, a good diet and giving a proper nutrition to the student is always essential for the good health, physical health, right? And if at all there is a proper physical health, a student will be able to learn properly. And uh, any kind of interest which the student is having towards a particular subject. See, if at all we can create an interest towards a particular subject, the student will be always attentive towards a particular subject over there. So these are the factors that are related to the learners. Next one is the support materials. So before we go into the support materials, let us see a little about the instructional facilities. So factors that are related to the methods of teaching, that is the instructional facilities. Okay, over here we have the technology. See, whenever we talk about technology, any kind of multimedia or educational software is going to help in the teaching process, right? They're going to enhance the teaching and the learning experience. Any access to the computers or interactive whiteboards, multimedia projectors, and education software, they're going to enable the teachers to deliver a dynamic and an interactive lessons. Apart from that, infrastructure. See, talking about an infrastructure, over here we have a physical classroom, right? So talking about a classroom, the lighting of the classroom, the temperature of the classroom, the seating arrangement, the classroom layout, these all can actually influence students' engagement, the comfort and focus. Apart from that, we have the facilities for differentiated instructions, like spaces for varied teaching methods. Correct. So all these are going to help in the they are going to affect the teaching if at all they are not proper. Next one is about the quality of resources, the support materials, that too again for the methods of teaching. So talking about the quality of resources. See, whenever there is a proper classroom, okay, not only a classroom, there should be a proper textbooks which are available, right? The quality of resources which I'm talking is for the teachers now. For a teacher, there should be a proper textbooks which are available. Like basically, the access to resources should be there. Adequate access to any kind of instructional resources, probably textbooks or any kind of visual aids and educational tools like learning materials, all the other every important textbooks which are there in the syllabus. Okay, they are going to be very much essential for the effective teaching, because a teacher needs to access variety of resources, then only they can actually come and render a proper lecture to the student, and they can do it on the basis of individual students need. And technology integration, which I have already mentioned, that is all the modern resources, okay, modern resources that can lead to a enhancement of the learning process. Next one is a learning environment. So talking about the learning environment, not only the lighting, temperature, seating arrangement, classroom layout, okay, or apart from that, even the class size also matters. See, smaller the class size, okay, they are going to be more informative. Why they are more informative? Because we can give a personal attention to each and everyone. But increased class size, a teacher will not be able to give individual attention to all the 100, 150. Correct. And smaller groups, what can happen? There can be increased student participation and also a better classroom management. Okay, and we can get a positive and an inclusive environment fostering learning. Apart from that, safety and accessibility is very much important, because a safe and accessible learning environment is very much essential for promoting a student's well-being. Okay, not only students well-being, but even it affects the academic success. All the facilities should comply with any kind of safety regulation which has been given by the organizations. Okay, and we should also be able to provide accommodations for the students with disabilities. Okay, then we can say that okay, we are going to give a proper learning opportunity to all the individuals. And the environmental stimuli. See, whenever we say that we have a classroom, it should be void of any particular noises, right? So, in any kind of environmental stimuli such as noise levels, distractions, visual stimuli, all these can lead to a distraction to the students, and the student will not be able to focus or engage in the learning activity. So, what we have to do, we have to minimize the distractions and create a calm and focused atmosphere. Okay, and that is going to support an effective teaching and the learning process. Next one, we have factors which are related to the institutions. So, talking about the institutions, every institution has their own policies, right? And those policies, it can be in the way of administrative support, it can be in the way of curriculum designing, teacher training and development, okay, and especially the resources. All these comes under the policies and the standards. See, a proper college, okay, can be said when there is a continuous teacher training and the development opportunities will be which is been provided to the teachers. Because whenever there is a continuous CMEs which are conducted, or a developmental classes which are conducted for the teacher will be able to influence their teaching effectiveness, right, or effectively. You say ongoing teacher training will help the teacher always. Okay, apart from that, we have any kind of administrative support. See, any support from the school administrations or the college administrations, probably including the instruction leaders, okay, they can actually impact positively. A clear communication of the effective policies, the supportive work. Okay, if at all we can provide a supportive work environment for the teacher, that is going to enhance the teacher's capability of teaching and having a proper clear mindset, a positive mindset. And with a positive mindset, a teacher can go and give a proper lecture in the class, which can be benefited by the students. The class size. See, I was been mentioning about the class size and how it matters. But one more thing is that a number of students in the class will always affect the teacher's ability to provide a personalized attention and manage the learning environment. As I said, smaller this class size, better the teaching quality, because the engagement and interaction will be a little more compared to a larger group. Then the administrative and parental support. See, parental involvement is also very much important. The level of parental involvement and support can actually affect the teaching outcome. There should be always a collaborative relationship between a teacher as well as a parent, and when that means a parent teachers meeting or something in which they can discuss how the student is doing, a student's success and the academic progress of the student. If that has been clearly spoken about between a teacher and the parent, they both can find the flaws and then can come to a proper solution, like what can be done with the each and every student. And lastly, the cultural sensitivity. See, any kind of socio-cultural factors within the institution and the broader community, okay, they can also influence the teacher's approach and the student's learning experience. Awareness of the cultural diversity is very much important, because every student comes from different cultures, and the sensitivity towards different cultures are also, individual. And so a teacher should also understand the proper cultural norms so that they can give a proper effective teaching. Lastly, we have a factor that is related to the subject matter. So, talking about the subject matter, we know that the subject is very much complex, right? The complexity of the subject matter. See, the complexity and difficult level of the subject matter can affect the teaching strategies. The teacher may need to adjust their pace, or they should give a proper explanation, or explanation techniques should be modified, and instructional materials to accommodate the comprehension level of the students. That is very much important. Okay, how the teacher is adjusting to the complexity of the subject. Next one, relevance of the students' lives. See, the relevance of subject matter to the student's life and the interest will be always impacting their engagement and motivation. And whose duty is it to give it to give a particular subject to a student and make them motivated to it, that is a teacher's duty, right? Also, a teacher who can relate to the content, giving proper real life examples or current events, that is going to motivate the student, and also they are going to keep the students engaged in a particular subject. Coming to the interdisciplinary connections, we can actually have a interdisciplinary subject. For example, a person taking anatomy, okay, can give a little bit of physiological approach, and coming to physiology, then pathology. In that way, we can give a interdisciplinary connection classes, so that a student will get a broader understanding of the subject matter. Okay. Next one is a teacher expertise. Definitely, the passion and the knowledge of the teacher in a particular subject is going to influence the students' engagement in the subject, right? So, all the kind of teaching methods, a different subject matter will always require varying approaches, and all these are going to convey the concept and the skills very much effectively. So, this was about all the factors which are related uh, to the teaching. Thank you.